Ever thought about how you feel about your partner? The things that they like, the things that you like, the chemistry that is in there. Have you ever thought about chemistry versus compatibility and what really matters the most? Is it the chemistry or is it the compatibility? Now, to talk to us all about that is the one, the only Benjamin Zulu. Welcome to the show and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year and thank you. Wow.
Yeah, uko salama? How
I'm good,
Christmas, holiday, New Year's, everything was fantastic. Did you spend it here when you traveled?
But I keep reminding people your birthday is more important than 1st January. New Year is communal and there's a wave and everybody is singing and jumping and you can be carried by the mood.
Yes, so be careful.
But on your birthday, that's when you're growing a year older and it's personal.
Okay.
That's when you have more space for reflection. So it's okay, enjoy the mood of Christmas. But remember,
Yes.
the New Year resolutions usually mean nothing. Your birthday resolutions mean more.
More.
Because nobody has pressured you to come up with resolutions.
That's true. And something interesting that was said here was that this could be happy new wishes and everything, but they can only be wishes if you don't do anything
to
make those wishes come true.
It's better when you're turning a year older.
Yes.
To
introspect,
because people are not, there's no mood now. This time is self-driven.
Yes.
People can gather and do a party for you here and there, but more so it's personal. So I also had a good crossover. It's a good time. What I value most about New Year is that we have a week of 2 weeks of no activity.
Yes. And you spend with your family.
For traveling up country, for just doing different things. And we experience closure and we see now a new chapter is opening.
Yes.
But for me, I said my New Year resolution is to stay put. Only one.
That's it.
Stay put. I don't pressure myself with unrealistic expectations. I had already set. Incidentally, my birthday was just a month before, 25th November. So I had done my reflections and recalibrated my machines and targeted where I want to go.
Stay put in all facets of your life.
That's the only resolution you can sustain. Forget these others. This year,
Awe wacha, niko na ya gym, Benjamin Zulu. Encourage a sister. Zangu ni mingi.
You better reflect on your birthday.
Reflect in the last 15 years. It's bad. Well, watcha. Let's get into the topic today.
So the chemistry versus compatibility.
Yes.
I was fighting with one girl when she's early 20s and she's dating Amze who's in 60s and she thinks boyfriend. To stop calling Amze a boy, in Africa we are respectful.
Oh yeah, Mzee friend.
So one of the things there was a lot of chemistry but there was no compatibility. And I had to teach her that difference, that some things feel very good but they are very bad for you.
Chemistry,
compatibility. When you have suppressed needs, the need for father's love, when you have a suppressed need, the need for mother's love, you are likely to look for that in your love relationships if you are not aware that there's a gap in your psychology.
Okay.
So let's start here. Chemistry is a feel good. All right?
Yeah.
It's simple. We all know it. You know, and let me remind people that there's a Buddhist saying that when you meet a person and you feel anxiety and palpitations and you feel butterflies and you feel you're sweating and that's not your lover, that's not your destiny, that's not the one.
What are you saying? I'm a Buddhist.
There's some Buddhist monks who have been meditating on principles of life for years. So sometimes they pull out a truth that is very deep.
So that's not the one?
No. When you meet the person and you're shaking and you can hardly compose yourself.
You can't talk.
That's not your soulmate. When you meet a soulmate, you feel peace.
Now that makes sense.
That's a huge difference.
When
you meet your soulmate, there will be excitement, but there will be a homely feeling, as if you have come home. Home is not a place, it's a feeling. This person's supposed to feel home.
Okay.
I've been meeting many girls. My searching for wife was chaotic.
It was chaotic? What was happening?
Because I was perusing people day by day.
You were doing what?
Perusing, inbox. We are in class PhD. My colleagues there's a colleague used to poke me. Listen to the lecturer. You're window shopping every day. My search was a search, like searching for a car. Check every bazaar. Check prices. Check what I need. That's how I was searching.
Goodness.
I was inboxing girls. I was checking. I was thinking, that's bash you. Think you are high now. You go on. I was practically searching. So I met many girls. I knew this was a waste of a day, waste of money. Let's done with it.
Oh my God.
Many you talk on phone, you think the chemistry is so strong because she's talking to your ear. That's the problem.
Oh.
phone dating, but somebody's talking to your ear. Like as if they're whispering to your ear. In real life, we don't talk to each other's ear.
No, we don't.
So the voice seems all this sweet. When you finally meet, it melts away. You realize it was all idealized by your own need. But when I finally met one girl, and I felt different, just homely. I didn't feel the pressure to perform. We went for a date and we spent 250 shillings on one can of yogurt and we shared it. And
Is that a date?
She refused to Uber. She said, let's use Matatu this time.
Ah.
I went back with the money. I had to pay her money back where she was coming because I still had money. Other dates I had to try and tell her. Because it's pizza and water and shawarma and things I didn't know.
At least you learned.
Oh no. Mikali, I would not want to repeat that in this world. I'm done. Imagine putting yourself up there. Do you want me? No. It's tiresome. But I tell people to do it in a concentrated manner. Okay. You need to prepare when you're ready. Attack the dating scene the same way you'd want. I want to have a car by June.
Tembea bazaar zote in
Nairobi. Yes.
Yes.
The problem with you women is you're half in, half out. Yeah, now Mungu nangojea. You're just focusing on your work, just focusing on everything except the fact that you're searching.
Okay.
But because society taught you to just sit and wait, I understand you.
The man will come. They're supposed to look for me, hunt me down. No.
At the same time, you're not replying to our inboxes. Somebody inboxed you 1 week ago.
Hunt me harder.
Somebody inboxed you 1 week ago, and you're yet to reply.
But they wrote hi.
No, don't reply to hi. Hi is for teenagers, or an adult was a teenager brain.
Yeah, you know.
So,
okay.
Chemistry is all that thing that I was feeling towards everyone. That thing that if you like how they look, you like how you talk. Chemistry is important because you're not going to marry a person who does not have chemistry. Now, compatibility is what the character. Now, the problem with chemistry comes from the person's charisma. Many times how they look, the appearance, how they talk, how they make you feel. Many people are very charismatic. In my coaching, I teach the wrong women. Okay, I started the wrong women.
What are you talking about?
Men, there are 3 types of wrong women never today.
There are wrong women.
Yes, one of them is the charismatic woman. She's extremely sexually charged, irresistible.
Ateke.
Yes, extremely charged. She's, oh my God, fine as a glass of wine. You'll have to look her direction when she passes. She commands attention.
Okay.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. The problem is that's all she is.
But you don't know that.
That's men's conference. I'm not going to tell you our secrets, but one of the of the things you know she's not the one is because she hates what society regards as wife qualities. Like the simple thing as cooking for a man, simple thing like waking up when he wakes up to make him tea. You just wake up because to prepare him. She hates that. She says, we are both working, I do have. She's defiant, but she's very charismatic.
She can be in parties.
Exactly.
You can walk with her in public. She knows how to speak well in front of people.
And she learns your biases quickly and adjusts
very
to
fast.
them.
Okay.
If she talks to me today, she will come tomorrow with a lesso somewhere to look Mathali, and because she understands I'm up country and lessos are common in up country, and she will act the part to get
pray
me
for food.
Exactly. By the way, anybody can fake prayer. Did I remind you even the devil can pray? Don't value prayers too much.
Okay.
When you go for a date, don't start with prayers. Pray in the morning for the food you're going to eat that day. 1st January, pray for the food of that year. So that if you have to. So, charismatic woman is very dangerous. She has strong chemistry. That woman is called the dependent or the passive aggressive, or a woman who looks very compliant. Doesn't challenge you, flows with what you want. She appeals to us men who love to be obeyed unquestionably. And she adores you up here. The problem is she has nothing to bring to the table. Many times she's of a lower level than you, maybe less educated or less but she gives you what you want.
That's the charismatic one.
No.
That is the which
the
one?
Codependent one.
Where nimeongea Kikamba? Codependent one. That's
yes.
number 2.
Yes.
And on that note, acha tuchukue break. And then compatibility, chemistry. I don't know. You know how Benjamin is, eh? All your questions, please stream them in. If you're wondering if what you have is compatibility, is it chemistry? But one thing we've been told, if she's making you perspire, if she's making you fidget, if you're not able to speak, she's not the one. Or he is not the one. We're taking a very short commercial break. We'll be right back. This is Full Circle with Mikali. Welcome back to Full Circle with Mikali. Benjamin Zulu is in the building, and we've just been schooled, guys. Apparently, there are 3 women not to date. Wow! And we were just at the codependent one. So kuna mmoja amebaki, Benjamin. Ni mgani huyo?
She's the narcissistic woman.
The narcissistic woman.
She's narcissistic people lack empathy. They are very selfish, self-absorbed, manipulative. They
Toxic.
lack exactly, but they know how to act right when you are near to each other. They know what you expect. So you know you're dealing with that kind of woman when she rushes intimacy, isolates you from your friends, never says sorry, never apologizes, can't take any kind of criticism, but she makes you feel guilty for even thinking of leaving her. She makes you, and she rushes things to get you entangled.
Get a child, get married,
Exactly.
get a wedding ring.
And men who are good at it are the prime candidates because they are responsible and reliable.
Okay.
I told you the other day that good boys are the victims of narcissistic women. Bad boys cannot be conned because they are bad on their own.
Yeah. And they can smell bad
Exactly.
from a distance.
And they don't care. They can leave you there. But a good boy cares. If you get him to promise, he will want to keep the promise. If you get him to get a child with you, he wants to stay there for his child. Because he's responsible and sensitive. So this type of women are the right woman is called the virtuous woman. The virtuous woman, I want to warn men. She has beauty, you like how she looks, but that's not all. In fact, that's not what, you might notice it first, but next you notice that she is faithful, sensitive, loyal. And there are many simple signs that you're dealing with a good girl. She can hardly ask for money. You will know she has needs, but she can hardly ask for money. She struggles to ask for money.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you know that she's there for you because even if you are to leave, she doesn't cling on you. These other women don't allow to be left.
Hawachiki.
No.
Let me just look at some of the feedback here. I'm trying to say, we're asking compatibility versus chemistry. Edwin Shipene says, compatible is the way to go. Good morning, Mikali na Zulu to Salimika. Ngeno Kelvin, chemistry. I rather take to reason from this first principle than go with this is compatible. All right. Mwingine anasema I want to go with compatibility. Levis Gaho, Kenyan women go for cash and a car. That's their ideal compatible man.
We need to mention that these are foolish girls who go for cash and cars.
And that is not compatible or chemistry.
No. There's nothing of that. That's just a person who's looking for shortcuts in life, and sooner or later they'll be caught up in their own shenanigans. One of the things you need to remember is that by the way, you don't need compatibility without chemistry because that will be relationships of convenience because you know each other.
Say that again?
Do not go for compatibility. We are good for each other, but we don't feel each other. That won't last. It will be a flat relationship.
Very flat.
Many times families propose you to marry so-and-so because the families know each other already. They have good values. They are also Christian. You and your same age group. Relationships of convenience are very compatible. But the connection is so weak because the chemistry is not there. You know there is no chemistry when you don't talk endlessly. One sign of chemistry, you can have stories upon stories upon stories. You enjoy each other's company. Time seems to fly.
You don't even know, like, hey, whenever we're together.
Exactly. And then you view the world in a similar way. That's strong chemistry. Plus, now compatibility comes when the directions of your life are malleable.
Okay.
By the way, let me warn young people again. If you commit before you're 25, because somebody told them to get children before they are 30, make sure they are done with childhood before. And I told them, this advice from poor people, and they will make you poor like them. If you follow what the poor did, you become poor like them, mediocre like them.
Goodness.
Some of these things were invented by chauvinists to suppress women and put them somewhere down.
Okay.
There's nothing about that here. It's pure shenanigans.
Amen to that. Don't come at me.
Nothing about it.
Yeah.
In life, it's about how far you go, not how fast you go.
Yes.
So I tell them, if you promise anybody to marry them when you're 24, you're 23, the problem here is you don't know your future, the direction you're going. You don't know that you're compatible 10 years down the line. After women cross 25, they become 26, they start, an assertive energy shows up that they want this direction. I want to do this. No, me, I want to be on TV. Me, I want. But if you promised, you married like a stay-home girl.
Yes.
Who is satisfied with an M-Pesa shop.
Kichwa ngumu sasa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That time, that's who you are. And I tell girls, I tell men, don't marry a girl who has not yet crossed 25. You don't know her. She might turn to something wild.
And she doesn't know herself.
Exactly. And I tell men, one of the things we need to know is that chemistry is very pleasant. But I also want to tell people, chemistry is necessary even in workplace. Chemistry is not just for romance.
Okay.
When you realize you click with a person, don't always bring romance into it. You are ruining a good connection. We need chemistry to talk the way you're talking now. We need chemistry to work together. We need chemistry to laugh, to enjoy each other's company. Chemistry is a human connection. It's not just for romance. Only that we need it in higher doses for a romantic relationship.
Yes.
But please don't ruin all relationships, all friendships by introducing love affairs into the connection. Sometimes just enjoy the connection. The fact that we flow, the fact that we click, the fact that we like the way each other think.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay to leave it there. Work on that.
But maybe they're doing the searching, the bazaar searching thing. So
the bazaar searching, that time you test everything. But many of us, even after you're done with the searching, you still meet people whom you click.
Yes.
People whom you flow well. And it's easier to work when we have a connection. It's easier to talk when we have a flow. It's easier when you
even
are
to
teammates.
solve problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's easier when you are teammates, you gel. Many times companies try to create chemistry by sending people there to go and bond, spend time playing, to try and bring some warmth to connection. So chemistry is important in all human interactions. This is why you should not marry a person who is so childish and egotistical to think when you laugh, smile with a person of the opposite gender, you are cheating. Chemistry is there out there. You need a person in your work staff whom you can talk. You need a person in a colleague whom you can, who you can count on, call up and whatever time to sort issues. Trust is what matters, not policing each other. So when you begin to date, look for a person who can let you be human, be a dot, to have chemistry connection with others and still trust them, and them to do the same on their side while still maintaining the trust. And
what happens, Zulu? Chemistry, 100. Compatibility, we've experienced we spend, when we're together, 24 hours is like 12 hours. And somewhere along the way, and let's just say we are over 30, just to be safe from Benjamin Zulu's wrath. We are over 30, and somehow it dwindles. The chemistry is not there anymore. We are compatible, yes, because we've also come up with a way where we do things or how we do things. We're probably married with children, but the chemistry, it's bland now. It's tasteless. We're just leaving. What causes
if
that?
the
Or what
connection was
happens?
genuine, it never dies. It can only
it
be
is
transferred.
genuine.
Yeah, it can only be transferred if you focus your attention on another person.
Oh,
Exactly.
oh my
A
God.
genuine connection is lifelong. I will give you an experiment. There are friends whom you don't talk for months or weeks, but when you finally meet,
Zulu, that post, I have shared it in very many groups. I saw it on your page.
you have chemistry, you have connection with those friends, and you don't need to talk daily, even to keep it alive.
No, you don't. But the moment you touch base, you pick up like...
And there's no blame game. You don't call me.
Yes.
There's no blame game. This is what you need. I told you, always marry a friend. A person who, without romance, will have been friends. That is what I was talking about.
Okay.
A person whom you like them as a person, the way they view the world. So that now, as we build now an exclusive relationship, we are building it with a person whom everything else held constant. I like this girl. I like this guy. Everything else held constant.
Okay.
The way they are open for correction, the way they are adventurous, the way they are easygoing. And I told you never to lose your youth, your child spirit, that playfulness and spontaneity.
Don't lose it.
Never lose it. Don't grow old. Don't say I'm growing old. Old means rigid and stubborn.
And dull.
Cynical and dull. Remain playful. That is your youth. Your youthful spirit is in your control fully, happily. Don't even need to say you are forever 21. What are you denying? Say I'm forever young in my spirit.
Yes.
I'm open, I'm flexible, I'm easygoing, I learn, I keep challenging myself, I keep learning new things. In fact, you can talk to any generation once you learn that principle.
Yeah.
Today, I can talk to 5-year-olds, and you find us jumping, having good time. 5-year-olds. Because I've learned to adopt their energy, to go to their level. I can talk to 15-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 55. Once I learn their energy, I tune to it and I flow.
And you flow.
Remain flexible and you'll be acceptable everywhere.
What wanasema, unlike poles attract, I am an extrovert, he's an introvert, and we might not be compatible in terms of like our personalities, but we know how to get around each other. And we've seen couples who are like that. When you interview them, when you talk to them, wako, she's just like this, she wants to be inside. Mimi, I want to be outside. Would we call them uncompatible or low compatibility? And is that a good thing to be or to have when you're getting into a relationship?
That's a good chemistry. Only don't take it too far by marrying that person.
Oh.
All right? Enjoy the chemistry. Enjoy the connection.
Oh my God.
There's a personality I'm always attracted to because I'm ENTP, they are INFJ. The personalities that naturally just click. And I always know, even without testing their personality, this is one of them. It feels good to talk to them. We see the world the same way. We are philosophical. We are abstract. And I always know this is just the click. So I know how to flow with it without taking it too far. That's a principle in life.
Yes.
The awkwardness, I told you, the awkwardness with sex and romance is that it makes sour what would have been sweet. When you are dating for marriage, ensure there is that chemistry correct, but go next to check, are we facing the same direction in life? Do we have underlying same principles? Do we have loyalty, faithfulness? And Mwikali must tell, for you in particular, I coach women like you how to find a good mate. And one of the principles I tell them is you can't marry an ordinary man because your life is very large. You are known by many people. You are seen all over the world. You need a person who lives like a champion because you are living a champion life. You're touching many lives. You need a person who has that capacity. Therefore, the bad news when you're on that level is that the people you need are there, but they are rare, and you must search proactively.
Hey.
Another girl whom you went to school with, who is living a simple life, who is a BCom somewhere, just a simple life. She has more candidates. But when men see you on screen everywhere on YouTube, who's they admire how you look. Oh my God. But they are doing like an abstract thing. They don't know where to find it.
I don't want to touch. I'm sure so many people are already there. It's not true, guys. There are not many people. Shoot your shots. Okay.
I like that. I told some guys that I don't know what guys are looking for. I keep seeing, now that I searched and I know how to identify virtue, I see virtuous women everywhere. I
my goodness.
Where are men looking?
Yeah, help them.
One guy asked me, Bwana, where do I look? I told him, have you started a supermarket? I saw a good girl there pushing a cart. Can you greet that girl?
Find out.
She's looking.
Salimiana too.
That's how we search. When you're looking for a car, you keep seeing them. If you're looking for a particular car, you keep seeing them everywhere. You keep seeing for sale sign. You keep taking numbers. That should be your energy at that time.
Okay.
So, if you have a lot of chemistry, but then you are saying our love has died, it never dies on its own. It died because you stopped connecting, stopped talking, stopped conversing. Another dynamic with even normal friendships is a good friend can be lost because you stopped putting effort to meet.
Okay.
You can lose a person whom you still miss them every now and then. But you simply stopped looking for each other after a while. It takes you to remember that person. Whenever we talk, I feel so rejuvenated. Let me take out one of them. You call first time, they return in a minute. Let's remember. You end up having a very rich conversation because you mutually put effort to meet. When you are married, you must mutually put effort to keep building. In life, things don't wind up, they wind down. In life, things left on their own, they fall apart, including relationships. I'm very keen. I tell people, once you marry, I train people once you marry is concentrate your forces. Try to see how you can meet. Try to see how you can talk constantly. And the problem is settling mentally and thinking, now I got it and we have won. I tell men, just because you're a husband does not mean you should be admiring day by day. You should be admiring how you're making her feel. That is a daily work. The status of being the husband is not enough.
No.
She will not admire you and worship you for being husband. And I tell women not to appear too impressed to have been married by this man that you are just living to admire that. No. Have grades of rewards. How much to reward after you are given what?
Where?
You don't sit there in the position, you perform. So chemistry dies when performance is neglected.
Okay. I feel like we should just take a look at some of the SMSs here before we go on. Not unahitaji ukiingia hapa inakuanga fire. Hi Wix, I need your help ASAP. What do I do with my hubby of 7 years? He's always insecure. He always says that natamani wanaume wengine hata mtu kwa ploti akipita in brackets a man na niko hapo anasema namtaka na mimi sina shuli. Now we are not even talking with him. Today morning hubby texted telling me that he will rent a house for himself cause natamani wanaume wengine.
What are you doing there?
And I think you mentioned something like that a while back.
Marriage is not a prison.
It's not a prison.
You don't live for that man. You have a calling.
So you cannot smile outside the house. You just smile for him.
Like, Mikali, let's tell this, and these are pre-25 nonsense I'll tell him. Most likely they start dating at 22, married at 26. No. He was like this. He has not changed today.
Yeah.
She was just viewing him through teenage fantasy eyes. Oh, but we love each other. Oh, but. This is nonsense. I keep. Anyway, this is the point. This is the point.
Yeah.
Let us say the marriage, if you entertain a relationship, it should be better than your single life. It should be improving on how you were before you got in.
That's true.
If a person comes in and they make your life more hard, they are not worth it. Whatever costs you your peace of mind is not worth it. Whoever is confining you to a small prison is not worth it.
Cut it. Hello, I'm dating this lady who is okay. I'm okay. We got the chemistry, we'll link up well, but nowadays I feel like she's just after money. I don't want to sound stingy. I help her where I can, but to say the truth, we can't talk 4 sentences without her stating about cash. She is like, let's go and see your land. Is she the one? She doesn't make me feel at peace. It's like I have to prove myself every day. Benjamin Zulu.
Of course, that's not chemistry, just a cash cow.
Oh God.
I say the one sign of virtuous women, they can hardly ask for money. They hate being mistaken for being dependent or needy. They hate it. Do you know even today I have to discern the needs of my girl? She's still shy to say it directly. I have to put effort to see what she needs and try to over-provide in case she's in another urgent case. In fact, those of us who get virtuous girls, we know we have to give them an emergency kit in case you can't reach me and there's a need, use that.
Because they won't be able to come directly
they can
to
suffer. They don't want, that's not them. They are more used to giving than to receiving. So my brother, that's not a virtuous woman.
That's not it. We've been dating for 3 years with this man and have a kid and have a kid. But I have realized he does not help me grow with he just talks about what he plans about his life alone. He doesn't even consult me.
You should have started seeing that before getting a child, before wasting 3 years. Stop wasting my time here. You don't date for 3 years. Date for 3 weeks. A child is not part of dating.
We are sorry. She's 23 years.
Exactly. Thank you. I knew the nonsense. Dating is meeting and conversing, not meeting and having sex and having pregnancy. This is not dating. It's nonsense. You're ruining your life.
No. You are, for sure.
We have a child already. 3 years. How many can you date like that? Getting a child in 3 years? You have eternity.
No.
Dating means meeting and conversing.
That's it. Hello. I go with compatibility since it shows the true color of the person. If you have been paying attention to this conversation, it is important, but chemistry is also key.
Exactly.
Just make sure that by the time there's some spark.
You can't marry a person who feels like your brother.
No, because we are compatible.
Exactly.
Now go pata kusoma ya 24 hapa hivi. Nisome tu.
You know they are so idle to text every day and they're texting so long things of the nonsense they've been doing. And they are hoping you perform a miracle and reverse their years of performing outrageous acts of stupidity.
Lord.
They don't want to own that it is the misdeeds and stupidity that has led them here. They're trying to blame the other person. You should have started with personal development. If you're abandoned but you have some money, you won't complain. I'll say, I just went to live my own life. But now you have no money, you're left by man and by God and by yourself. What's wrong with you?
We are sorry. Tutamwagilia maji. Ice cubes zikuwe zinakaa hapa.
Let's state the fundamental principle, Mary.
True.
Always think
before
you do anything. This life, everything conspires to put you on the defensive. People will take away money from you. Thieves will snatch your phone. Problems will come. Your job will be taken away. This life is a jungle. You can't afford to behave mindless and start removing clothes and having pregnant. No, without thinking. Then you complain, from the time you got baby, hey, what did you expect? People are out for themselves. Some just wanted to have sex. They're not trying to become fathers.
That's true.
So pre-25s, listen to me. Don't engage in anything sexual before you get into relationships. What you do is first plan your life. If you behave without thinking, you'll end up in a grave while you're still alive. And some come to me hoping to perform a miracle to reverse years of nonsense. Don't move in. Anyway, let's go. Don't move in. Don't get pregnant. Dating means when you are ready to know what you shall be in 10 years from now.
That's it.
But I tell Mwikali to date because I know this girl will be in the media 10 years to come. This girl will still, she has found where she belongs. Now she'll marry a person who can fit this life. What if at 22? Did you know this?
No.
Exactly. What if you had married at 22?
I wanted kids by 25. Thank Jesus. I'm here. Zulu on the call in Maliza.
Exactly.
But
and only that I don't have time. There's a show I'm doing for youth only. I'm taking people and contrasting them. The classmates you had who dated and got babies at 22. The path where you are today. They're somewhere fixed in a small space, trying to struggle try to maintain, try to look like they're happy. Here you are. Now you can marry and be happy. Them, they're already confined. If they want to grow, they must surrender the marriage.
Because the thing we were talking about in the beginning about what changed, you're not the girl I married.
Exactly.
Because now you have ambitions.
Exactly.
And my time is up.
Exactly.
Tupatie social media handles.
Oh my God.
Breathe, right. Zulu, breathe.
Benjamin Zulu KE everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming through, and thank you for tuning in. We're taking a very short commercial break. 111 444 111 is our SMS line. Full Circle with Rikali. We'll be right back.